is going to lead off for Dizi Group, which means Elevate will decide the fate with their final attack. It's Root Riders. Kai has been on fire, Judo.
He certainly has. Dizi Group have had 5 wars so far this weekend, and he has 3-starred in 4 of them. So a super high hit rate, turning a couple of those buildings invisible just to push the Royal Champion in towards the multi-gear tower. Slow and controlled to start things off here. Going to slowly dodge the Giga Bomb, but there it will go. It can push the troops back, but he's able to keep the Royal Champion alive. Unfortunately, does lose the Spirit Fox, though.
That's tough. You losing the Spirit Fox that early, but also he wasn't going for one of those really long Spirit charges there. So not the end of the world. Although, like, obviously it's better if you can keep that Spirit Fox in there and then have that Spirit Fox for protection when you redeploy that Royal Champion. But he did get the pathing he was looking for, setting the table here so he can run those Root Riders right up the right side of this base. The Queen will work on the exterior of the base. Does have the King. Obviously, he's going to go in there with the Warden. I shouldn't say obviously. I was going to say the Warden is in there with the everything, and there goes the Royal Champion. King in the middle of everything is a kind of an interesting play, actually.
Yeah, I mean, when you look on the perimeter, there's not that much in terms of damage, not until the Queen gets all of the way around towards the 12 o'clock area. So I guess you can see why he might do that, especially because he can use the spiky ball or something in the center of the base. Let's see if he can control things moving into this high damage area. A lot of his troops are low in hit points, so perhaps we will be able to... Yeah, there's that rage spell to use the boosted healers to get everything back up to full HP.
That's one of those big things. We talk about like the healers staying on the roots. Oh, but
goodbye.
Man, just lost all the healers with the red air bomb there. But he was able to use that rage to boost up those healers like you mentioned and get all of those roots that were really low back up to full health. But now the Royal Champion also going down, and it looks like the King going to Phoenix as well. So this one is actually starting to fade out. But we saw in that last word, Chien, all it takes is that Queen with the action figure and that giant out in front, and she can clutch. She's still got enough force through here, and everything is somewhat within range. That Fire Spitter's kind of away, but it's also pointing away from the Queen, so it shouldn't be a big factor as far as dealing damage to her.
Well, he's got access to all of the buildings. He's still got a wall breaker for that scatter shot at the bottom. He's still got an ice golem in there as well. He did get one for effective freeze. There goes the second ice golem. But unfortunately, just not enough DPS to take down these buildings fast enough that his tank troops continue to go down. Going to have to force that Queen ability. And now he has to hope that the spawned Queen stays alive. There goes one of them, maybe from the ricochet cannon. How did that stay alive? So he's still got 3 Queens blasting away, but unfortunately not going to be enough here.
Oh man, that's a big miss for them. I mean, it was really close, but ultimately time would have been a factor even if he had the force here, as it's 96% for Kai, an opening rarity on the miss. We've seen him firing away against Elevate. I believe he's perfect in their wars against Elevate. So he's been doing really well against them, but they finally get the miss, and that's